Hello everyone. So for today, what I'll be cooking is seafood boil. Basically, this is my version, so hope you guys enjoy. So I'll be preparing some ingredients first for the first batch to boil. So I have potatoes, some sweet corn, and then later on I'm gonna add some asparagus. I have a lemon there. Then I have some flower crabs. I don't know if you guys can see. So I just bought this from the market. Yeah. And then I have shrimp. They're still frozen, so I'm just gonna prepare them for a while. I'll just devein them and then I'll leave the head and the shell there so that the taste will be still there. Then I bought some lobster tails. They're frozen, but I think they're like just need to add to the ingredients and then no need to like cook it for a very long time. So it says here 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, so let's get started. So I have cut and washed the potatoes and the corn into this small. I don't want them so big so that it doesn't overpower the seafood, which is the star of the food. And the potatoes like this. And then I'm gonna add some water, some salt. I'm not gonna put a garlic yet because I want the garlic to cook in the oil before I add it to the sauce that will be used for boiling the seafood. And then instead of butter, I'm using this margarine. This actually for me tastes better than margarine, especially with corn. So I'll be adding about maybe 3 teaspoons of this, and then some salt, and then we'll move on after that. So I've added in some butter here, and then I'm gonna put in some salt, and then I'm gonna add some water. So I've added in enough water for it to submerge, and then I will boil it. Let it simmer. Okay, so I've cleaned the shrimps. So I've just opened them up and then removed the vein, as you can see, and I leave the head and the shells there. And then I've also cleaned up the crabs and chopped them in half, remove all the unwanted things in the mouth. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so it's finished boiling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this, the corn and the potato, and put it here, sit aside, and then we're gonna use the broth to make the sauce for the boiling. So I have removed the potato and the corn from this water. There's some of those, like maybe from the potato and the corn. Put in some garlic, what do you call this? Granulated garlic in there. And then I'm gonna add this Piri Piri seasoning, spicy and stingy. So if you look on the back, that's the ingredients. Those are the ingredients. So I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna let it simmer and let it boil, and then I'm gonna add some lemon. I'm just gonna add half of it there, and half of it I'm just gonna pour it over here, squeeze it over to the shrimp and the crab, also the lobster. so I'm gonna put it there. And then for this butter, margarine, I will put half of this into the soup. And then we'll add some more salt and see how it would taste. I've also bought some chili flakes for some of us who want some more heat on the seafood, but this Piri Piri already is very spicy, so hopefully it doesn't become so hard, but I'll let you guys know how much I put. Alright, so it's already boiling. So the total amount is I put half of this in there, and then I put maybe, I don't know, 2 teaspoons of this. But I'll definitely be adding some more because after I tasted it, it's not really that spicy, but who knows. Most of the time when the spice gets heated up a couple of times, it becomes more intense, or more hot, that is. So I'm just gonna let this switch this off. So I'm just gonna let this cool down because I don't want it to be cooking the seafood when I put it, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the seafood there in here, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. So we're gonna start with the crabs first, but I'll just let this cool down, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now that it has cooled down, as you can see, some of the things that are inside the sauce has already subsided. By the way, if you can see some of this like garlic slices, so what I did was I fried some I sliced some garlic, and then I fried them until it's a bit crispy, so it will have like a fried taste. And I did taste this, and it really tastes so nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip the crab one by one so that the sauce will coat them. Like that. And then I'm gonna put them on the aluminum tray, and then I'm just gonna make sure that it will be coated properly, so the taste will penetrate the meat. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be back. So I've already dipped most of them, all of them rather. By the way, this is 8 pieces of flour crab. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more sauce, but not too much, just so that it would maybe have a little bit of sauce while I'm cooking it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook this in the oven. Cover it first. Cover it with foil on the top so that the steam will not get out of the tray. Something like that. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing for the shrimp, but I'm gonna cook the crab first for 10 minutes, and then after that we're gonna add the shrimp and cook it for another 10 minutes together with the lobster tail. So I'll be back. Alright, so I've already covered them, so there's 3 of them. I did not overcrowd each tray because I'm still going to add some more later on, and it's easy to add. So I preheated my oven for 190 or 180 for 5 minutes, and then we're going to put them inside for 10 minutes, and then we're going to take them out, put the shrimps in, and then do the same thing for another 10 minutes. Alright, so as you can see, it's not really thoroughly cooked, but you can see the meat is turning already white. So it's almost there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the shrimp. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dip the shrimp to the sauce and just equally divide them to the three trays. And we're gonna put them back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Oh, sorry. Actually did the 20-minute timer because somehow after I checked it on the first 10 minutes, it's still not white. The flesh is still a little bit transparent. So I put it for another 15 minutes. So the total for the first batch for the crab is 25 minutes. All right, I'm coming back. Okay, so I've added the lobster tails as well. So you can see there's almost not enough room. So I'm gonna put this back on the oven again after I've filled up the rest of the trays. And then we're gonna put it there for another 25 minutes. Okay, so looks like it's almost done. So I'm gonna add the potatoes and the corns and the asparagus as well, and then I'm gonna add some chili flakes. So this one. That's about it. I'll just put it for another 10 minutes in the oven, and then I'm not going to cover it anymore. So it will have a little bit of char from the grill, and it would taste much better. Alright, so this is how it looks like now. I've added 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Maybe just for the taste, and then I'm gonna put it back in the oven. Alright, so this is the final product. It looks so good, and this is the dipping sauce.